that's what they were saying. At the you want to have some, music playing in the background
right?
too.
Yeah.
You want to have some music playing in the background too. They were saying.
I gotta think of some shit. I haven't really sat and thought about it.
Yeah, everybody's phone's on silent, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, coming up on this episode of PGN, we talk about Bryce Young getting benched by Carolina. We talk about are the Jets AFC contenders after their win over the Patriots on Thursday night. We also get into our MVP picks and the retirement of Woj. All this and more on PGN. It's Kofi, it's Scumbag McGee, it's Zaza back, and MP. All right. EP, sorry.
EP.
MP. I'm thinking something else.
I know. NPC or something. No, but yeah. Welcome back, Zaza.
Yeah, how's everybody feeling, man?
Yeah, Yankoy, why don't we get into it? So you've been out the last couple weeks. You want to get into that or anything?
No, man, it's a rough week. Fucking work, bro. What the fuck are we doing?
He's wiped up now. So
I wish it was that easy.
That season coming up. Season.
I don't know.
Secure that insurance money.
Nah, man. Cuff myself to the job, bro. I ain't got time for that.
Married to the job.
All right, let's get into it. Our first topic: Bryce Young getting benched in Carolina after two tough games to start the season for the Panthers. 0-2. Obviously, the Panthers, ever since David Tepper has taken over as owner, has not gone well for that organization, and looks like the Bryce Young situation is another bad step in that situation with the Panthers. So, what are your thoughts on Bryce Young being benched by the Panthers?
First of all, how is this man's fault? Like, you guys gave him nothing. You took away his best weapons. Like, I'm like, you guys are literally sending him out there with Adam Thielen.
He didn't go with Adam Thielen last year, though.
But Adam Thielen is an aging receiver. Like, I'm like, guys, you can't put these rookie quarterbacks into these situations and they expect them to produce.
Well, also a different offense.
Yeah. How many coaches they've been through? Like, I'm like, guys, I feel bad for the young man. Honestly, I just wish they'd trade him, go somewhere else.
I think the Panthers made a mistake when all the inside people were telling Frank Reich at the time to draft C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. And the owner came down and said, nah, I want Bryce Young. So they chose Bryce Young because of that, and they fired Frank Reich mid-season because that wasn't the quarterback he wanted.
He wanted, so he's not going to
So he's not coaching in the right way, probably, the way they wanted him to. So, bro, think about it. With that C.J. Stroud, they'd probably be – I mean, the weapons, fucking better in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, I mean, really, is Nico Collins like Devontae Adams or somebody like that? And somebody who just gets kind of separation.
Better than what they got.
Stroud's Take Dell last year was killing it. Who the fuck Take Dell? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if they would have C.J. Stroud, maybe it would have been different. I don't know, but it's definitely fucked up. Like, but I think they're doing it in a way that is good. Bench him for a little bit. Because, yes, he has different coaches, but he's throwing the triple coverage.
Yeah.
He's just throwing some shitty fucking passes.
Yeah, they're saying how he's too worried about the rush. He's not actually like looking downfield.
And he's a smaller quarterback, so it's like we get all that. But I'm just saying, like, this situation in the Panthers, because this is a bad run team. Like, I don't like when we start blaming player. Like, yeah, he has some fault in it, but this is a poorly coordinated team. Like this team, like, look how many quarterbacks they went through. Look at Sam Darnold, Mayfield. As soon as they went somewhere else, look at that. Look what they're doing right now. Look at what Sam Darnold, the man who said, "I see ghosts on the field."
I also think, Scumbag was saying, is like, I was going to ask that question. Since when has an owner picked the right person? Besides, Jerry Jones, he's actually a GM,
yeah.
So he knows how to draft. But like, if we're saying this, how are you just gonna say, "I want that guy"? And Tepper doesn't look like a football guy.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just, this is probably, of course, a hobby when you have that much money. And when you pick the wrong quarterback, and number one, sets the franchise back 5 years at least. And then that's just where they're at right now. And I agree with Zah. The best thing for him is to be traded, because it's not going to work with that infrastructure at that place, and you don't want to get hurt.
Yep.
So even him getting benched, that's probably a good thing, so he doesn't get hurt, and his trade value might go down, but stay in there, get force a trade or something, and go somewhere else.
They're gonna try and make him better.
But they don't have it's not there.
Yeah.
So again, you're gonna bring in a new coach, new system again.
No, they're gonna roll that coach, because supposedly he
has a 6-year.
He worked with Jalen Hurts first, was it? Or
no, Baker. He was in the
before Baker, he worked with somebody else too.
It might have been
QB coach with
Hurts.
Hurts, and then the next thing he went to Baker. So he shows that he could make a quarterback better. So, like, it wasn't his guy he drafted, and he wasn't the one who made the decision of, yo, we're gonna start him right away. Maybe if he came in, he probably would have been like, listen, we got fucking Andy Dalton. Let's get a backup guy. Like, how they doing right now, Patriots? Jacoby Brissett gonna win you games? No, he's gonna play you tough though, and let Drake May learn from Brissett. Brissett, that you can learn from Brissett. He's a veteran. You know what I'm saying? He handles himself well, and a lot of players talk about that. Like in the NBA, I heard mostly they're like, "Yo, you need that 12th guy on the bench who's like Herb Williams or some shit, who's just there to teach you how to be a fucking professional.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? How to handle yourself, how to. Hey, Dalton, he has success in his league. He's not Tom Brady, but he could be like, yo, this is how you break down the coverage.
Yeah.
You see what I did right there? I hit him over here. You gotta. That's how you gotta. Because now also different receivers. Deontay Johnson's a good receiver, but he's not a down the field guy. He's a guy that's like gonna give you good routes. You gotta hit it when he hits the route. Like Bryce Young probably like used to just bombing shit. So it's like you don't have a team that you can bomb it to.
Nope.
So you got a guy you kind of got know how to use, and maybe that's not what he's grasping right now. So maybe Dalton can help him out. Canales has more time to work with him behind the scenes instead of throwing him out there. See, hopefully he has a lot of promise coming out. Of college, a lot of promise. No one sat this as Stroud over Bryce Young.
No. But they always talked about the stature.
Small. Yeah.
You remember the linemen are Paul's bigger in the NFL.
See
so like, to see down the field, like you said,
it is hard.
So it like you said, stick in there, but it's gonna be a tough.
But it depends on the coordinator too, because it looked like Bryce now and Drew Brees had success.
Yeah, he was. Tua, even though
they had guys that had success before, but a lot of those coordinators are actually geniuses. They moved the pocket. They may run more. They may bootleg more. They may do different shit to get you out.
And that's why he needs to go somewhere there. He needs to. I don't see it there, but like you said, the coach, he worked with certain people. We'll see.
Baker's undecided. He worked with him.
Yeah.
So what Baker's doing.
Look what he's doing now.
We'll see.
That's that.
All right. Next topic, the Jets. People are back on the Jets bandwagon after the Thursday night game over the Jets where they won 24-3. You can see from Yanqui's reaction, wasn't a fun night for him in terms of that, but hey, you gotta give the Jets credit.
No.
I mean, a lot of people are high on them, and Aaron Rodgers showed you why the Jets went out and got him when the whole Zach Wilson thing failed. So, do you think performances like Thursday show that the Jets are a contender in the AFC?
No, and even if they are, fuck that team, right? Like I don't want anything, no happiness for that.
You gotta get come on, man. I haven't won championships since '69.
Exactly. Let's keep it like that. All right.
They gotta win one, man.
No, we don't need that. We don't need that.
And their fans, they have the fans.
Listen, if I have to hear that chant one more time, I was disgusted going into work on Friday. But trying to be objective, they look good. But the thing is, you're not going to face these anemic offenses like the Patriots. So
that's true.
you
put up points with
exactly. That's the one thing.
Puts up 35, 42.
You can't put up 21 points. You can't put up 21 because they started off good. It looked like it was going to be like a 35-3 game. I thought it was going to be a long night, but when we slowed them down, you kind of saw drives getting shut down. I was like, okay.
You got to understand when Aaron Rodgers goes into those type of games. Other people were afraid for Aaron Rodgers when he first came, but he got hurt last year. Yeah. Now you're going to the AFC where you're facing the top quarterbacks. Yep. You're facing Lamar Jackson, you're facing Patrick Mahomes, et cetera, et cetera. If Josh Allen, all these guys, when Aaron Rodgers in those games, when it's like, the stakes are high, the score's running up, he starts kind of panicking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See?
So can he face those teams and prove that he's not going to panic? He's maybe the Jets, maybe now they're not like, listen, Aaron, you're going to like air it out. We're going to run it with Brett Allen is good. 2 weeks in a row, he's running the ball good.
So 2 run back.
You got him and Breece Hall running the ball really good. Yeah. So hopefully our defense holds up.
It was an injury.
Yeah.
On the offensive line, the right tackle.
Yeah, the right tackle.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
He called it when we watched it that day. So
yeah, so just and what I was saying is just that they may be on a kind of a team that's going to try and control it running. Aaron throws it 17, 20 times a game, and the defense holds down their. It's really a defensive team.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So if the defense can't do their job, they're just going to be in trouble.
Regardless of what Aaron Rodgers does.
Because that's why they lost to the 49ers. Like, if we call it a spade, that's why they lost to the 49ers the first week. Like, you see, those are the type of teams that you have to beat. And you didn't keep up.
Yeah.
So.
Not the Patriots.
Not the Patriots. Like,
and the other thing, too, is after week one, I remember I texted the group. I was just like, the group chat that we have. And I was just like, he's looking like a statue back there. He couldn't really move around. He moved around versus the Patriots.
Yeah,
so he was comfortable. I guess, of course, you're 40. You're coming off the Achilles.
It is week one.
Yeah, week one, he was really I was like, if this is going to be all year, and he's never been a pocket passer. He can do it, but he's extends plays. He likes to do the bounce out.
His arm angles are crazy.
His arm, so
there was a play where it was like
he did it. Yeah, remember? I thought he threw it late.
5-yard
I know, I saw.
And the D line is coming this way, and he just like curved it around it. I'm like, and it curved into like, I'm like, bro.
So he was back in his groove. He was feeling good. So defense played amazing, but like you said, the offense they were going against
is not.
But what I like, regardless, dominate.
Yeah.
Don't play to the competition. So the defense did their thing. It was an all-around well-run win team. The way how they played, and the other thing I like is I don't know what was said or whatever, but who's the coach?
When they tried to hug, like that. And he's like, but that's the type of person Aaron Rodgers is. Like,
still, bro, that's bad, bro.
He's not a people person.
He's like, yo, chill out. But the way how he did it, probably you're not really.
And he looked at him like he did something crazy.
Yep, I'll say I agree with Scumbag on that. It's like, no, because Aaron Rodgers has that thing like he doesn't listen to coaches.
No,
that's the part that to me that screws them up because that's more pressure on you. So, like you said, when these games are tight, they're supposed to beat the Chiefs or
he don't care though. He's crazy.
Yeah,
but he has to be himself.
He'll take some mushrooms when he gets home.
Probably
laugh with a glass of wine. Like, talk about me, you piece of shit.
One more thing too. Him and Garrett, besides the touchdown pass, was amazing. They're not on the same page. They were missing a lot of throws, comebacks.
You're gonna need that.
They gotta. I know it's early. I'm just saying that was one thing to point out that it wasn't fluid.
But crazy stat was when Garrett was caught the touchdown. It was the first touchdown Aaron Rodgers threw in his whole career to a receiver drafted in the first round.
Wow,
that's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah. And for him to have that type of Hall of Fame career, and he never even threw to it. That's amazing.
A first round pick.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. But one more thing with the Jets, they also need to win that division because to me, it's there for the taking. It's between them and Buffalo.
Pretty much,
yeah. You have to win
Buffalo got it, man.
Buffalo got it. Well, my bad. You're Buffalo.
Well, we'll see.
No, but Buffalo's playing good. They're playing good.
They'll probably split the season.
Yeah, I think 1-1. Yeah, I think
so. Split the season.
But Buffalo had a really convincing win over Miami.
They just played them tough last year with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
It's a division game.
Yeah, it's a division game. You play each other 2 times, so it's like
especially that balance that Buffalo played with. I like that.
They ran the ball. They don't have Diggs or.
I think the Buffalo now.
The other guy.
Their coaching has always been good. The head coach. Now they got an offensive coordinator.
That's
actually like, listen, we're not gonna air it out like that. We're gonna run the ball more. We're gonna
run the ball. Yeah.
We're gonna preserve Josh Allen. If we have to air it out, then it gets there. But if we're playing lesser teams, we're gonna just roll over them.
They almost beat the Chiefs.
They did.
If it wasn't for Diggs drop and that wide right. Who knows? Everybody always.
That's a classic game, though.
Yeah, that was a great game.
That was a classic game.
It was a great game.
But
it was good.
Just seem like there'll be a playoff team.
Yeah, they'll be up. They'll be in there. They'll be in there. We'll see. They're like top 6 teams right now. So that's where I can put them.
All right, we'll get to our MVP picks. Guys, got your picks ready, or do you guys want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So, here we go. All right. So my picks are: I have the Texans over the Vikings. I have the Broncos over the Buccaneers. I have the Packers over the Titans, and I also have the Chiefs over the Falcons.
Okay. So I got the Saints over the Eagles.
So
I think
you're doing the MVP picks, but no money line.
I'll do that. I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna do it
separately.
I do. Don't worry, guys. I do PGN bets. It returns. PGN bets.
Get them some money.
I got you guys. I got the Saints over the Eagles. I think the Saints are really, really good. I didn't think the Saints were going to be this good.
Yeah, burn me one more picks last week.
I'm on the same. Yeah, we'll mark it down, but I got that too.
I got the Bucks over the Buccaneers over the Broncos. I don't like this Bo Nix thing. I don't think it's worked out, and I think Baker is playing some of the best football he's played in his career. You got to give, he's stuck in. He did what he needed to do. I'm gonna go with the game. I'm gonna go with the Ravens over the Cowboys. I know Cowboys are at home, but
that's not home.
That's not home field advantage.
I'm a Cowboys fan, but you know how that goes.
I just saw the Saints go in there and ran. So I'm going Ravens, and then I'm going the Bills over the Jaguars. I think the Bills are a very solid team, and I think now that they have Stephon Diggs out of that locker room, the locker room's actually come together a lot more, and now they're like Scumbag McGee said, their offense is playing the way it should. You don't have to worry about getting Diggs his 10 targets a game. Now you can just play. It's balanced. Yeah. James Cook can run. Yeah. Those are my picks.
Yeah. I'm going, this is kind of off the fly. I also have the Saints beating the Eagles. Eagles, there's some of the same thing that's going on from last year still resonating around there. Very talented team. I think AJ Brown might be out again this week.
I think
so that's definitely. And then you go into New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
That's regardless. I mean, they're playing good now, but even when they don't play, it's a hard place to play at. I got that. I'm going with the Steelers to beat the Chargers.
Okay.
That's kind of like my upset pick.
Yep.
Well, even though Steelers are favored here, but Chargers just have this momentum. Everybody's talking about them. I think it's going to be a dog fight because Chargers aren't finessed anymore. Khaki pants, we call them.
He's making them run the ball.
Run the ball, play defense, and Steelers defense have been amazing. Justin Fields is taking little steps, little by little. I like that. I also have the Buccaneers over the Broncos. Baker is on a tear, even leading from the end of last season into what's going on. And
that's an easy game right there to pick. Broncos suck.
I just went for upset. I went for you gotta go. You know what I mean?
We gotta
upset.
Upset. That's what I did. That's why I picked Ravens over Cowboys. I'm like that's the stuff.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
And I'm not gonna touch that because I'm a Cowboys.
You don't want to jinx your team. I got it.
And then I'm gonna go Monday Night Football. I'm gonna go. The Bengals and the Commanders. I'm not gonna touch that.
No, that's.
I'm gonna go Bills over Jaguars because I think Jaguars are unraveling as well. Doug Peterson, he knows how to fix things quick, but after a while, it doesn't resonate. That's why he got out of Philly even after winning the Super Bowl. Even though Jaguars haven't had that much success, but they were 8-3 last year until they just tailed off. His message starts to like dwindle after a while. So that's my picks.
All right.
Let's come back.
We'll probably pick all tough games here. Eagles Saints, that's toss up. I'm glad everybody picked that game. Probably game of the week.
Yeah.
I'll probably go with the Saints. The order I go with the Saints, I think the Eagles defense is looking ass.
Yeah.
They're looking like they get torched.
Kirk Cousins went down the field on them and scored a touchdown.
You see why Miami players weren't having a big fantasy last season.
Yeah, so I feel like the Saints right now, they're coming in hot. You know what I mean? I still think it'll be like a high-scoring game. Like whatever the over is, take the over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the Saints defense is a little tougher. But still, I think if AJ Brown plays, what I think he is playing, Eagles are a fucking dangerous team, bro. You know, no way around that. But I got the Saints there. Another tough game, Texans and Vikings.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'll probably go with the Texans there. I just think that it's going to be a tough game because, believe it or not, the Viking defense has actually been really good so far. So that's gonna be they're gonna make the game tough. And if you can keep it close, the Vikings offense is good enough to put up 21, 28 around there. So that's probably what it'll be around the score is, like around in the 20, 24, 20 around there. Yeah. I just trust CJ Stroud in the fourth quarter, clutch time, he got to score.
Yeah.
I think he'll pull it out.
He did it last week.
Yeah, I think he'll pull it out more than Sam Darnold could at this point right now.
Yeah.
So I got the Texans there. Ravens and Cowboys.
Yep.
Woo. I'm gonna have to go Ravens. I think one thing the Cowboys are bad at is stopping the run. If the Ravens are smart, they'll just run Derrick Henry down their throat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they do that,
And
I think the Ravens could win pretty easily.
Yeah, and a lot of design Lamar runs.
Yeah, and the Ravens defense is good. So the issue is now what the Ravens are going to prepare for is, all right, we're going to double CeeDee Lamb. Prove it to me. If you prove it to me and you score high, we got an offense that can back us up.
What happened last week with the Raiders? With the Ravens, I don't really get to see like the highlights.
Oh,
how did they
Raiders?
lose that? Yeah,
It
Ravens.
was just a tough game,
and they were up too. They were
by
up.
10, yeah.
They were by 10. You got to win that game.
That's something they had last year. They'll be up, and then they just kind of plateau.
Sometimes though, like good teams like that, they need that humbling because they're like,
scared.
all right, we lost the first game. It was tough.
Yep.
Like they played way better with
Chiefs.
the Chiefs than they did with the
Raiders.
Raiders. So if they step into the Raiders, they probably were like, we got this, you know.
You can't go 0-3.
Yeah, you can't go 1-3.
Your season.
That's both teams.
No.
Cowboys won one game.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
1-1.
yeah,
They're
that's
1-1.
right, that's right.
And to your point, AJ Brown's out. They ruled him out.
It just feels like
they ruled him out.
Now Saints for real.
Yeah, AJ Brown's out. They ruled him out for the second game. He's gonna miss 2 games.
Okay.
So yeah, I got the Ravens there. I think the Ravens
have to win.
Have to
It's almost a must win.
It's a must win.
Yeah.
They gotta
Not
go.
even almost. It's a must win.
Yeah, especially a lot of people picked them to win the Super Bowl this year. Or go to the Super Bowl.
Can't be 0-3.
Nah. And then I'm gonna go with an upset for the last pick. I'm gonna go Cardinals over Lions.
Oh, okay.
I think that I think the hard part about the Lions is they're a great team.
Yeah.
Well coached, all that stuff. But now this is the first season. You're not the underdog.
That's true.
You're not the feel-good story.
No.
Yeah.
As you were the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not you can't push that narrative no more. Now the narrative is we're the third best odds of Las Vegas to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they have the hardest.
That's for real. You're a championship contender.
Yeah.
So you can't. You know the Cardinals are more like the Lions were the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know they blew out the Rams last week. Rams were a fucking playoff team last year. You know what I mean? Even though Cooper Kupp got hurt, Nakua got hurt, so that probably added to them getting blown out. But if Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison can stay on the same page, they got other guys there. James Conner can run as long as he stays healthy. The backup is supposedly good. Trey Benson is good. Something happens to James Conner. They sleep on Michael Wilson. He's not a bad receiver. Trey McBride's a good tight end.
Yep.
Their third receiver, Greg Dortch, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a really offensive team that's really under the radar that could really blow the score up. You know what I mean? If they're all on the same page, you know what I mean? And Lions might not be ready for that. Like how explosive if they do
their
it right.
offense, their offense is.
You know what I mean? So I think it was gonna be a tough game though.
Yeah.
You know, the Lions.
No, that's an upset pick.
They're gonna play you tough. The Lions are gonna play you tough regardless.
Because if they lose, you're not blowing them out. You're not beating them out there. Who they lost to last week?
Bucks.
But it was 20-16. So you have to 4 quarters.
Yep.
Playing the Lions. So that's good. That's an upset if that happens.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals over the Lions. Tough game.
I just don't trust Kyler.
Betting wise, I wonder if I would touch that game.
Well,
you like Kyler Murray who runs all over the plate, like he just runs all over. Do you like that?
I think Kyler Murray, as far as him being undersized quarterback, he has to move around
to get to see.
He's not like toward ACL some shit, right?
Yeah.
So he don't really trust his knee like that to be deking out. But before that, bro, I had him in fantasy one year, and him just running the ball. And we had DeAndre Hopkins and shit. The danger of him running the ball was serious because he could break out a 30-yard run.
He can.
So they're like prepared for that. And he's throwing it over your head because he got an arm.
He has an arm.
So
Marvin Harrison Jr. did his thing
last week.
Yeah. So if Kyler Murray, I feel like he's running less because he don't trust a knee like that.
Which is probably
but he still has the talent to make some movement out the pocket, go run to his side and throw it on his right, whatever. He got a couple of chances to make some. And the Lions defense, they're good. I don't know. Like to me, they're iffy. You know what I mean? Like I think you could score on them a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The issue is, can the Lions score a lot? They could. Mm-hmm. They got a squad.
They could, but the way I play
is Jameer Gibbs is a beast. He hasn't blown up yet. So they may be sleeping on that offense, but Jameer Gibbs is explosive. Jameson Wilson has been stepping up the last 2 weeks.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. He first week was slow.
He's been playing hurt though. First week got hurt.
Okay.
So I think he has a bump knee right now.
Yeah, and they're not getting their best. They have top 5 tight end. They haven't gotten the ball.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think he had I look at his fantasy stats. he had like a 3% target share last 2
Yeah,
games.
you have him in fantasy, so that's how he knows.
He's
I'm
going on my bench.
wow,
He's going on my
getting
bench.
out
He's
here.
going on my bench, bro.
Laporta.
Laporta is on my bench.
Damn,
I got
why
Brock
they doing
Bowers,
him
so
like
I'm
that?
good. That's why a lot of
They
the
go for
offensive.
Jameson Williams now, boy. Go for the big play.
Exactly.
Because last 2 weeks, remember last year, I think Jameson Williams was suspended the first 6 games. He didn't he was a rookie. He didn't really get into
So now they're
whatever.
trying to.
So
Let's go that
Laporta was the one they were like, listen, we got Alvarez, Laporta only.
I like that.
So they were like, they use Laporta, but I think now they're trying to go for the
open it up. And
you're feeding him too much, and now you're your offense is a little off balance. Yeah,
you have to. Laporta's that good. You have to get him all.
Now you're unbalanced because you're just going to the other guy. Now Laporta's not getting the ball. Say Brown's hurt, so now your offense is a little bit out wacky. But I think
that's the upset of the week at the Cardinals. If that, what's the points? You got a FanDuel up.
No, I ain't going. I'm going FanDuel.
What's the not the over under the
spread?
Spread.
I think it's even if you go on ESPN, it's there. What this is the Cardinals game?
They're all about
spread
the same.
is
They're all about the same.
-3 Detroit.
See.
-3 Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and they're playing in Arizona.
They're playing
Arizona. Detroit to lose by 3.
No,
the
win.
Win.
-3.
-3 is a favorite.
+3.
Yeah.
So they're
well, it's not called +3. It's called
so
-1.
see it picking to be a close game.
Yeah. So when you're home, it's kind of like they give you 3 points.
Yeah.
So for Detroit to be -3, that means they expect Detroit to win by 6.
To win by 6.
Yeah. That's what
So
happened.
even the Vikings.
Not too close.
No, it's Detroit.
It's still pretty close.
Yeah.
Vegas is saying it's close. So out of anything, what's the biggest spread this week? It's 6.5 right now.
Now Broncos Bucks.
No, the biggest spread right now this week is Giants Browns 6.5. New York.
Oh no, I'm
Giants.
looking on fan. I'm looking on fan.
Oh, okay, that's different. Yeah, okay, that's the biggest one. Okay.
No, they're all even.
I'm not a betting fan. I don't like that line.
It's a setup.
It's a setup. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, not even for betting. I'm like, Deshaun Watson just isn't there.
Yeah.
Like I know they won last week, but it's not there. And it's like, oh, Giants played, but Giants, the game they lost, they the ones that scored the touchdown. They fucked up somehow.
Their kicker now got hurt.
So they had to go for so. I don't say they're good, but it's like Browns haven't been playing that well. And what's the name? The tight end's injured for the Browns.
Njoku?
Yeah, he's
still out.
So this whole they up 6.5. That might be a little setup. I don't know. I'm staying away from that. That's all I want to say.
No, that's easy how they get you. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
And they were looking for the casual bettors, the people that like.
Listen, these lines, even on FanDuel, this is how they get you. They're like, oh, -6.5. Oh,
he don't do that.
You know what they do too? They give you a little 30% boost. Yo, come on, man. Yeah. I know.
I'm gonna stay away from that. What game you said? Look for that over. You wanted that over. I think you talking about Cardinals.
No, the spread was for the Cardinals line. I think the over.
No, but one of those games you said,
I would pick the over. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot which one.
Was it the? I forgot the teams. Eagles Saints.
Eagles
Saints. That's high. You're right. But they know.
What was it?
49.5.
That's
49.5. Yeah.
High. They're pushing it.
High.
I'd go under. I'd go under
because they pushed it so high that you'd be like,
I thought they would have at like 46.
They were 49.5.
And it's gonna end up at like 47 for the game. Like, yeah. It's so much that goes into these games.
49 is high. Jesus, without AJ Brown.
That's what I'm trying to say.
With AJ Brown, probably over.
But see, people aren't reading the injury reports because, like, if we didn't say anything, people would have thought AJ Brown's there. Then you already put your stuff in.
And that's why the NFL and sports in general say you have to put the injury reports because of the betting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to.
It's just not about hey for the other team to know. No, it's about betting. There's money on the line.
Mm-hmm.
You withhold information, that's messing up money.
Yeah,
so.
And sometimes they'll be nice and they'll take away that line. They'll do it invalid, but they don't do that all the time. So it's like you can't really worry about that.
Yeah. All right, so just everybody to just say the picks one more time. I'll go first. I have Houston over Minnesota, Tampa Bay over Denver, Green Bay over Tennessee, and KC over Atlanta.
Okay.
What's your picks again?
You wrote it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your picks?
I had New Orleans over Philly. I had the Bills over the Jaguars. I had the Ravens over the Cowboys. And who's that last one?
You had New Orleans over.
I said New Orleans over Philly.
Yeah. That was the last one.
Okay.
What was mine? Because
you had Pittsburgh over Chargers, Tampa Bay over Denver, Buffalo over Jacksonville. I don't remember your first pick. Do you remember your first pick? Okay.
Yeah, Saints and Eagles, right? You have that.
I had the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Okay. New Orleans over.
Yeah. Saints and Eagles. Yeah, I got New Orleans.
And it's gonna be your picks for New Orleans over Philly, Houston over Minnesota, Baltimore over Dallas, and Arizona over Detroit.
Yeah.
All right. Our next topic. Woj had a Woj bomb, except the Woj bomb was about Woj. Apparently, he's going to retire from being a NBA insider, and he's going to take a general manager job with his alma mater, St. Bonaventure. What are you guys' thoughts on Woj deciding to retire from being an insider and to be a general manager for St. Bonaventure basketball team?
I don't give a fuck. Nothing.
I'm gonna miss the Woj reports, man.
I'm gonna miss the reports, but that's about it. Like. They have what Shams?
Yeah, Shams.
Shams, his name is. He's gonna take over. So we're still gonna get the news. ESPN, they'll find somebody to give the news.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But
I think they're looking to hire Chris Haynes as well.
Yeah, I heard he's becoming a free agent soon.
Yeah, Chris Haynes.
He's on Yahoo.
He was with TNT. He left.
Oh, he's on TNT.
Oh yeah. But they had him like he'll talk before the game.
Yeah.
TNT usually has him when they have games.
Yeah.
You go to ESPN, you're on there.
Yeah. You don't do the games.
You're the insider.
Yeah, you don't do the games.
Chris Haynes would definitely be the insider. Because I think he has close ties to LeBron too. Like
the Dame especially,
Yeah, Dame, yeah. So he has, close relationships with people that he's gonna get. They might be calling him like, yo, I heard Jimmy Butler going to the Nets. You're like, hold up, all right. Yeah. You get real inside information like that. You know what I'm saying?
Shams is connected. He's connected to Clutch. That's his agency.
Okay.
So it might be him.
Yeah,
Shams might be the guy going in there. With Woj, it was everything he said was almost to the bank.
Yeah.
It was like 99% to the bank.
If Woj didn't report it, you didn't believe it. That's what it was.
He has inside with a lot of teams. A lot of teams with all the executives and stuff.
So that
ESPN's a fucking a conveyor belt, bro. They just got people on deck.
Yeah, so
Woj should be forgotten in the year.
No, he would, but it was like I remember.
It's true. It's the game, man.
One of the biggest ones, I think, when he reported, it was at Independence Day weekend when Kevin Durant's going to Golden State. It was like, it was Golden State. I was like, what? Woj is reporting it, so it was stamped. It was golden, and it was a big break. But like you said, after by top of next year, you go like, what? Who's reporting what?
Especially ESPN, the way they did, like First Take is the best show for the last, as far as sports wise, the last 20 years.
Yeah.
They don't need Bayless there.
No.
Like, Bayless helped build it, but they're like, okay, Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Shannon Sharp. Okay, this guy. Okay. It's still, no matter how shitty the show is, people will still watch it.
I know he's up for a contract there, but one day Stephen A won't be there. There'll be somebody.
Someone else will come in.
As long as they have the
it's show. ESPN.
It's ESPN.
Yeah.
And like you said, bars, whatever, that's what they throw on when people traveling, airports.
Yeah.
So that's how they get a lot of the viewers, regardless, like you said, how shitty or good it is.
Yeah.
So it's a machine, man. They'll get someone else.
You watching the ticker in the bottom.
Yeah.
People just turn on just for that. You know what I mean? And when breaking news to them, they're like CNN.
Yeah.
They'll cut the show off right there. Yo, bombshell.
Yeah.
Brett Favre shot Shannon Sharp on the steps. Like, shit.
Yeah.
No, but shout out to the legend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
St. Bonaventure.
Have fun your alma mater. I doubt to give him as much bread as ESPN was.
Yeah.
So he's really doing it.
He must want to step away.
Love.
That's really what it is.
I don't see,
tired of getting bombarded with everything. I can imagine that.
Go back to his hometown, chill, have a cup of coffee on the front on his deck.
That phone that used to get that, throw that phone out.
Yeah.
That phone
change his number.
Yeah, chill.
I don't got people calling me. Yeah, no.
Marry a young woman. Get rid of your wife. Just live for yourself. That's it.
For y'all, that's Scumbag McGee.
Yeah. I was gonna say, look,
cut the kids off.
Where's that?
Man,
he retired from everything.
Man's gonna get a boat and just go out somewhere, man.
Off the grid.
Move to the woods.
I was gonna say, if you read any articles of some of these insiders like Woj and Shams, like they basically have no lives. They're always on their phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I remember I read a part of a story where it's like Woj stayed at Newark Airport. I think he missed his flight because he had to break some big trade. That might have been either Harden or
That's crazy.
Paul George. So he's there until 3 a.m. just to wait for the trade to happen.
Can you imagine that shit? Yo, I can't go. Oh my god.
Day.
Oh,
you work while everybody open their presents up.
Yeah, I know he's gonna be happy to finally be a part when it's the NBA trade deadline and he's not hit up. I think that's the type of stuff.
What if you one day was having a threesome and then Durant gets traded to the Warriors again? You gotta stop it and go to threesome. It's football crazy.
Because you know why you gotta stop? Because if you don't get that, you ain't gonna get the threesomes anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what make you get the threesomes.
That's right.
Yeah, so you gotta be that guy. You gotta be that guy. You gotta be that guy.
First, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Hope you don't go live.
He's next, and I didn't want to do live next.
No, yeah, I didn't know it was on. Come on, bro. Stop.
Yo,
we still look young, but come on.
Yeah. And then still, even with that, real quick, it's like, oh, I was hacked. I'm like, come on. And then
that was his boy who reported it. I was like, bro,
yeah, but still, that's the first thing I go with. Like
that's what everyone gonna go with.
Those days are done.
I'm come on.
You know, unless
you really got hacked.
Unless you really got hacked.
And we would know if you really got hacked. Like that's how we're smarter now. We're smarter now.
All right. Everybody's favorite segment of the day is Pepper Ticks.
Yeah, let's go.
Zaza got pepper soup, bro.
I got.
Oh my gosh.
You promise you some too?
Nah. He's had.
I get my own. Like, no, I think your mom did.
Yeah. I
still get my own. There's a for the local people in the North Jersey, Essex area. There's a place called Fatu's Kitchen. Who eats? They got the pepper soup there.
Shout out to Fatu's Kitchen.
That's why I get my pepper soup. Or if I'm home with my parents in Pennsylvania, but one day you need the
I got
pepper ticks with pepper soup.
You're right.
Damn.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Of course.
You make me in my kitchen.
All right. Well, I think we know what the first pepper tick is. It's obvious. Sean Diddy Combs got arrested. I'll read this short article about what he's been charged with. Diddy has been charged with 3 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. According to the indictment, from 2008 to present, members of the Combs enterprise allegedly engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. According to the indictment, the purpose of Combs enterprise was to operate a global business in the media, entertainment, and lifestyle industries. The purpose also includes preserving Diddy's power and fulfilling his personal desires, especially in relation to his sexual gratification, including through the exploitation of women and the use of commercial sex workers. So reading all that,
God.
What do you guys think of Diddy being arrested for all that I just said there?
Man, motherfucker, you could have added some more things onto that. Like this whole book at that man.
That or you play special delivery in the background.
But nah, it's a shame. But like there are always stories about Diddy. Like that's the crazy thing about Diddy. Like everyone will make fun, and we were just thinking it was lighthearted, but they were like, nah, these Diddy parties are wild. So when you hear like stuff like this happen, it's like, oh, so you guys weren't fucking lying. This motherfucker was doing some crazy.
That podcast is a comedian podcast, that music podcast, and a new comedian I think it was from social media was like told a bunch of comedians on the panel, and they were giving him advice. He was like, oh, by the way, stay away from that, take that man, and they all started laughing. And I'm like, bro, it's known even outside of the music circles that this guy's parties go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, I don't know what he did. He had to do something. Because if you really have all these tapes and Kanye West was saying he a fucking fed, Kanye was really talking some shit. If this dude became an informant type shit and he got all these tapes on certain high individuals, you see all the CEOs step down one day, the same day, it was like 10 CEOs. That's a huge coincidence. If it got nothing to do with the other, then I guess whatever. But that's a fucking huge coincidence. Like, and if it's reaching to that level, bro, that's even crazier. That this dude he had to do something. He pissed somebody off.
That's what I think it is. Yeah,
you're coming for your ass now. The rumor is that he got into it with some high label people. And, like, label people, bro, you could think they nobodies, but they somebody.
Yeah.
Like, they know people that know people.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube was on the Bill Maher podcast talking about, like, he knows label owners that own private prisons.
There you go.
And they're going to push narratives in the music where, like, if someone like Common comes along, like a new Common, they're like, nah, shit ass. Yo, let's get the fucking dude tatted up with 50 dudes in the video. Da-da-da. That's what's going to sell and going to push the narrative to keep our prisons full. You know what I mean? So if you're dealing with those people, this means a lot of label people are probably also lobbyists.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You piss one of them off, yo, they call the councilman right in their fucking town. Yo, bro, Diddy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you got him. Watch
what he doing. Watch where he goes. Oh my god, yeah.
They probably took all the tapes. They're like, all right, we got this guy, burn it. We got this guy, burn it. Oh, this guy, fuck him.
Put it out.
He's involved.
Yep.
Boom, put it out. They're going through the tapes to see who they're gonna protect and who they're gonna go after. Because Diddy got racketeering. That means a network of people, and he's gonna be the only one.
That's what I'm trying. That's my thing. Yeah. That's the thing that upsets me. I'm like, but it's like those parties were just not attended by him alone. Who was attending those parties? I think that's what
not just celebrities either.
Exactly. There's got to be other people who are at these things. Like
he's doing a fundraiser for Obama's.
So you got to start looking at that. Politicians, all those people. It cannot just be like, yo, it was.
Y'all never seen Godfather?
Yeah,
like Godfather 2. I think that part where like the Senate, it was at the parties, not these type of parties, but regardless, I'm just bringing it up. Like Michael's chilling with the senator because he's gonna do this for him, but after the situation goes, he acted like he never seen him before. So this isn't really new. It's just the gory details of what's new. And to you saying, oh, he pissed somebody off. From what I remember when he started with the spirits company with alcohol, he's with De Leon Tequila, but that was through Diageo. And then he sued them, claiming something with racist. After that, this is when this whole thing started happening. So it wasn't no label situation. It was like, yo, you was in the industry. You whatever you did in the music industry, try to do this in the spirits industry. It didn't go down like that. And the networks, they all know each other. And this is what happens. That doesn't pardon the bad things that he did, but this is what happens. And it's kind of like it's a tragedy, meaning like, damn, how did somebody go from here to this? And that's what's gonna happen. And I remember when I was younger, my aunts and they used to play this movie. It was like, what's love got to do with it? It was Tina Turner, and I was young at the time, but Lawrence Fishburne's playing Ike Turner, and Angela Bassett's playing Tina Turner, and it's just like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? That's what's going on for us now. There's going to be movies about this, and it's a tragedy in that sense that he just went over his skis.
If in a movie like FX,
it's going to be a movie.
FX one of those show about Aaron Hernandez.
Like but they started that after. I think they had something before, but when they did the People versus OJ thing, I was watching it that time, and it was like fascinating. It was like they kind of re-energized the actual case. People got a little details of like what. So this is definitely either, like you said, a movie or something to that magnitude, and it's just it's wild. Then now he's on suicide watch. We don't know what that means. Is it him?
There's some people trying to say,
suicide watch. He still did suicide. What's the suicide watch? If somebody still quote unquote committed that.
Suicide.
But it was a watch.
It was a watch.
You had people. You wasn't watching. They had someone watch him die. I think that's pretty much what it was. They had someone watch him die. Like, bro, like, come on.
So, they watched and helped.
Yeah. Like, bro, come on. Because they're scared. Who's he gonna tell him? What he gonna who he got? Because even though they might have erased what they had on their end, he still has some stuff on his end.
Because think about this too. They put a $50 million bill there, and he had the money. They denied the bill. You know, $50 million, like $1 million is a lot for bill. $50 million, and he had it, and you said no.
Yeah,
this is even like what they New Jack City back in the day, bigger than Nino Brown. This is something I've watched. His music, Bad Boy, the music. Like I didn't even see this part coming. Bad Boy versus Death Row is a movie in itself. Like his whole shit. This is
his life is a real movie.
It's a real movie right in front of my face, and I just didn't see this coming. But back to another thing you said is like people were joking all these years about your parties and all that, but he had the invincible, the God complex. Where I got money. You think you're gonna get away with it forever?
Yeah,
I got deep pockets. I got people in my. And it's just not that time anymore. This is different era, different time, and this is what happens with that whole situation. And also,
I used to love Bad Boy back in the day too.
Yeah, man. it was a good time. Those records were feel good records, but also it makes you think back like how some of these records came about. With him like extorting the artists.
Yeah. Like Jadakiss had the raping you record skits on his albums.
We be raping you. It was because
it was after like Diddy.
Yeah.
And the artists would come in and he'd be like, oh, yo, sign here, yo, blah, blah. All the plaques said, oh, they're at my crib. We see them? Yeah. That little Harlem shit.
Yeah.
And it's like
he was
doing that with Biggie because Biggie was trying to leave the label.
Yeah.
When Biggie made his own label, he signed Cameron.
Cameron. So he did Undecent Entertainment with
Lance Rivera.
So that's when he signed Cameron.
Yeah.
And I think Kim was signed over there. She was never with Bad Boy.
Yeah, Junior Mafia was involved over there.
It was over there.
And Biggie was gonna do the group with Jay-Z, with Charlie Baltimore, the commission.
Yeah.
He was gonna do that.
Puff didn't like all of that. Puff didn't like all of that. And the other thing too, like at one point, Biggie was tight with money as far as the beginning of the careers. And that's when he signed 50% of his publishing over to Bad Boy to Puff. For $250,000. You know how much that's worth now.
And it was crazy. What I think fucked up is that he pushed his whole narrative like, yo, Biggie was my best friend, blah, blah.
He pushed that.
Like, yo.
Because I thought I believed that.
From the beginning, bro, once he passed away, his publishing, all his music should have been signed over to his family.
If that was really your best friend. Yeah, that was really.
He waited till the well ran dry.
Yeah.
He's getting film like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Bro, who's playing Biggie right now? Like,
no.
He only had how great Biggie was, he only had 2 albums.
Yeah.
He died mad young. How long is his music gonna really like Tupac put out, I think, 7 albums after he died.
Yeah.
And his music is getting to the point where it's like dying out.
Yeah.
So like imagine a dude who fucking had only 2.
For you to help his mom, his real family, you could have did it right then.
Off the rip.
Then it would have been like, yo, this is real.
Imagine how much Biggie music was making right when he passed away.
Yeah.
Puffy was making hand over foot, bro. Yeah. Right when they died, bro, that was the biggest thing for like 20 years.
Yep. Yeah.
People were still.
And then you made certain albums because one of them was Born Again and Biggie duets. That was for you.
Mm-hmm.
That was for you. Like you said, the Tupac albums, it did get to that point where some people started making, but he had like 5 in a can. Where it was like this was intended for like. So, are you still down? Like that was one of my favorite. That was already an album constructed.
It's crazy that the stat was that he put out more albums after he died than he was alive.
Yeah. And I'm talking about his actual recordings, not like when they started tinkering with it, like Pac's Life. I think that's when he started. But they did that to Biggie the next. Like Born Again was like that. They just putting this together, and it was for Bad Boys. It was for Puff. And the stuff he did, like Bless with G-Dap, Total, Mace.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that was my whole thing. Like nobody like succeeded to the level because you took all that energy and then after you were done with it, you just kicked it to the side and you went into this this party lifestyle.
The thing is, his defense on that, just to play devil's advocate, me personally, I wouldn't do that to somebody, but in his brain, Diddy was the fucking sauce.
Yeah.
Because when 112 left Bad Boy, they went to Def Jam.
Yeah.
And Def Jam kept pushing the album back.
Yeah.
They actually called Diddy to be a consultant. And a Bad Boy official, whatever, was in the meeting and said Diddy was flipping on them. Like, you fucking outbidded me for them. You stole it from my fucking label. They're nothing without my sauce. They're talented, but they're nothing without. So
I'm not disagreeing with that part. What I said is like you also just took everything from them and then left them dry. That's what I'm trying to say. Before that, the time they go into Def Jam, they're done. Really,
you know what I'm saying? In his brain,
bro,
I took you from the streets. Like without me, you were ass. And guess what? After me, you're ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like in his brain. That's why he's like, listen, I deserve 75% because I'm making.
I'm that guy.
And everybody should operate like that.
That they do. All the label people do.
But he made it
seem... It's a very small group that actually give you
what you know.
But back to what you said. Nah, he made it seem like that's this Bad Boy in the Family. That's the name of the album.
All do, bro.
Yeah, but
everybody who robs you,
they did
believe they're your friend.
No, but they don't say it on the album. That's what you remember. You saw about the skits. He's like, yo, he's saying it's a family. Like I think Jada had that line, like, yo, the family. He's the one getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's the one getting this. When he shows to get video, that's when your budget.
Yeah,
you gotta pay him for that.
Well, I've heard many groups break up, and they all say the same shit. Like, yo, they said we was a family.
No,
even if it was all about Jay-Z, like, oh, I thought we was a family.
Yes, but I'm saying he put that on. The album's called Bad Boy in the Family.
Puff Daddy in the Family
presents.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy in the Family presents No Way Out, and they all lit until you start to get successful. Then it's like, oh, now it's on me.
Yeah.
But when at the beginning,
okay,
like you said, I see what you're saying.
The album cover, they were all together, yeah. So
everybody does it, but you're the one that put it on the album cover. There's everybody's on the album cover. Def Jam didn't put everybody on the album cover.
Yeah.
Interscope and Death Row still didn't put. It's like, yo, Suge treated it's like a family. And Suge basically did the same thing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on the videos. He wasn't in the album covers doing
that's what he was making fun of.
So it's like that's the part where it's like, yo, but that's the way how he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. It's the same.
He really sold it.
Yeah,
he sold it, and he sold it like a motherfucker. But then when the well went dry, it was only on him, and that's what they're saying. Now the enterprise became, how can I make money to fund my lifestyle, to fund these parties, to do that,
to buy 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah,
that's expensive.
Oh my god,
that's what we was talking about. It like
habit.
I grew up in a household. It was like 2, 3 of my sisters and aunts, uncle, people were like, yo, sometimes, it's cocoa butter, it's this, that, like after you take a shower.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's baby, you know how long that lasted? With 5, 6, 8 people using that? It's sometimes 8 months to a year.
Yeah.
So for you to have 1,000,
bro, that's some diabolical work, man.
Yo, just get it in. Like,
you order all day, bro.
No, one bottle really lasts like 8 months to a year with all those people. So, it like I said, this is a sick situation.
Woo, man, I don't know, man.
It's still not over.
It's still not over
because it's a trial or something may happen.
Wait till more details come out.
Oh, when it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah. So,
all right, the last pepper take. So, any of you guys heard of Passion of Christ? Well, apparently, according to an Italian newspaper, Mel Gibson is looking for locations in Italy to film Passion of Christ 2. So, what are you guys' thoughts on a possibility of
what is it? Lethal Weapon? What the fuck,
bro?
We're gonna have Passion of Christ Part 3. Jesus returns with 2 machine guns. Like,
oh my god, bro!
Like, they made fun of that. Remember?
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did. They were like Passion of Christ 2, Crucify This. It was Jesus with Chris Tucker.
Nah, but yeah, that's not. I mean, unless you're going a different route with it, where you're like, okay, now this is after he passed away. The 3 days passed by. Now it's Easter. He gets resurrected. Or unless you're gonna go into that mode, then I guess that makes sense. But if you're gonna go into like still talking about the crucifixion, that's gonna be like, huh? Like it's already over. So I guess it depends. Like me growing up, like as the world, I guess, or America, whatever, grows more and gets older, I think they move a lot away from religion. Because when I was growing up, they had Bible stories you could watch on Channel 13.
Yeah, I remember.
They had the 10 Commandments was something they played every year around Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think you need those kind of films. You know what I'm saying? In a certain way, even if it probably never happened, but would there be a movie about Muhammad? You know what I mean? Like those movies, I think need to be made because to see how people walk, by God's word. Yep. You know what I mean? Especially in that time when, I believe in all that stuff, me personally, especially during that time where God actually was walking with the humans, in contact with the humans. Now it's not as much anymore because it's really on us now. Now he really isn't where he flooded the earth, right? And from then on, he said, okay, I won't do it no more. Now we have your free will is your free will now. And now when Judgment Day comes, you can't tell me, oh, you flooded the earth, you kill me. Why am I in hell? Bro, you going to hell because here it is. A, B, C, D, bro. I ain't do shit. I ain't step into that.
Question. What version of the story is being?
Man, it's gonna make it. It's gonna
because the Bible is different versions.
There's like 15 different versions.
So, like, what of this is being even? I didn't watch the first movie. I went to Catholic school, basically my whole life.
Well, the King James version is that's
translated to
the biggest, I think, right?
Yeah, that's
the biggest. I know is the truest, but I'm just asking what version. I don't even know the version of the story that's being on the screen.
Yeah, probably most popular version.
Like you said,
the King James version.
I'm saying, I watched some of those movies, and they're definitely tales that you need to live by, situations that you'll have to deal with in your own life. It's not the same, but somebody's gonna betray you. You're gonna betray somebody. There's a lot of the similarities. That's why I look at
to be from where it's written, for it to hold up true to
that's
today.
what I'm saying. So
my uncles are real big Christians.
Yeah,
and I get Bible verses like
But to your point, you just said
daily.
You said something like, "Oh, would they make a movie about Muhammad?" But we're in America.
They're not gonna do that. Yeah,
like, that's not for us.
I think that should be for us though.
We're not going to do it here. This country is the one thing I'm worried about this movie is that it's going to make the Christian fanatics go to another level. Because like it did in 2004, people don't remember. People were attacking other religions. My religion did. You saw my cry, and that's what. Sometimes that's why when it gets religion gets weird sometimes because now my religion better than yours. Yeah, and that's the part.
But to this point, another thing too is like I know because some people I've seen say it, and I'm like it's true. It's like Christianity is the only religion that is because I guess it's here is more prevalent. But it's like that's the only thing that gets made fun of or mocked or they're gonna do movies about it. You can't even try to go do this with any Judaism type movie or the Muslim type movie. Like,
that is
it doesn't even happen.
They will probably flip out the Muslims.
So why is it that I don't get that part?
Yeah.
Why is it that
that's a good point.
It's easy to just do it and talk about it?
I think they all should be made fun of, honestly.
But you can't do it with any other religion.
Yeah,
Christianity's the only one. It's like, oh hey, but the thing is, I always look at what's the end goal. You know, 2004 at that time, Mel Gibson had a goal. I don't know what it was, and he probably fulfilled that. And he has nothing to do with the second thing, right?
No, he does. He does.
No, it's him. Yeah.
Okay, so he has. What's the goal?
You gonna make
another agenda?
You gonna make Jesus white again?
I don't even know what the first one's about.
They gonna make Jesus white again? They gonna have a.
That's another thing. Cause that area of the world. That's what I'm saying. That area of the world.
They totally ignore how they explain them in the Bible. Anyway, he's white.
But this movie's amazing. Like, so once you, to me, this is how I think. Once one thing like that is not true, it starts to dilute
like everything else. Yeah,
I'm not trying to say that's not true. That might be the story, but then why the main features are not
long
what
hair
it says in the same thing? That's why I asked what version. They say lose credibility with me.
They said he has woolly hair. The man had long hair and like. I'm like, oh my guys.
What, Skin of Bronze or something?
Skins of Bronze, and he's as white as Chris.
No. But besides that, that's not what the Bible says. Look in that area.
They're not light. They're not fair. They're not fair color. They're walking in the sun all day, guys.
At least make them Arabic.
Do something.
That's make a little sense.
And I think this is what makes this is why Christians get made fun of because you're not even being accurate to your book. You're having Moses be this white man and this person be white man. It's like, how would they be white if they're in that area, guys?
It's like the same reason why they chopped the noses off of all the fucking.
So you lose credibility like that. So people are like, how come we're losing the kids and the parishioners and all that?
You see what you guys put out? That's what you get.
Yeah. Because the truth, like you said, when we talk about Tupac, when we talk about that lasts forever. Yeah. The narratives start to
fade away, because it's
his movie will be crazy if he did it Bible accurate, where the Jesus is dark skin. That'd be wild. Then I'll be like, all right, I might tune into this.
No, and it's if you'd have did the truth, he probably wouldn't even have to put up part two. Part one would have been even more popular right now. There's something called like, they'll get it later. They'll get it later. So we'll see, but there might be a lot of like theatrics.
And the thing is, now they can't even go to the truth because people are going to expect that same actor from 2004 there. If you bring another actor in there,
say he's going to do it. Jim Caviezel, I think he's
doing it. See, there you go. So now you can't change it. Now you have to go the long-haired guy, and it's going to be like, see, again, you're deviating from the truth.
After that movie became real religious, it was like that before. I don't know his story. The actor Jim Caviezel, whatever his name is.
Caviezel?
Yeah, Caviezel. I think he became
Never
like
heard of
real religious after that.
Of course,
he got struck by lightning too on the movie like twice.
Oh wow.
Doing the movie.
Then you should have stopped doing it. Listen, you get struck like I'm off of this. I ain't doing that. Come on, man.
So that's
like
wild that he survived twice off that shit.
and then he's gonna
I think
live much off of that.
The sad part is like you said, I wish it was more like accurate as far as how the people look. Definitely should be.
Yeah.
But the movie, all in all, the story is eye opening. It is like to do that to somebody who was trying to help. Period. Whether you believe he was healing people or that shit like that, to the most, at least he was helping people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And to treat someone like that, like it shows how people really think. Like they're not gonna look at someone who helps. But they do it to everybody across the world. They do it to Gandhi or Martin King or
you for this name of you thinking about Jesus, but they do it to everybody else. Won't be the first, you won't be the last. So that's the thing. So if the story was actually accurate, then you can learn really more from the story. But it turns people away for the most part, like me. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm good off of that. So
and imagine back then how people were prejudiced even more back then. Yeah. And you have a dark-skinned dude coming through saying, "This is the Bible? Get this shit out of here. This ain't the real Bible." This is
because the thing too is like
back there, like what? Excuse me, bro.
Even all of that.
And all the Jews were slaves.
Yep.
Yeah. You're a fucking slave coming in here and throwing out Bible in the garbage. Get your ass out of here, bro.
Even that when like they used to do like because you remember to promote this, and I'm not talking about the movie, to promote Christianity, it had to be a crusade. They went around and it was like, oh, here's this book. It wasn't like that. Yeah. I'm gonna learn this. I'm like, you're going. You know what I mean?
Was that Christian? Who was it? Was the Catholics or was it, or was it the Christians?
It was Catholics, Crusades, whatever. The
Crusades
were peaceful.
Crusades, they were out there killing Muslims.
Catholics versus who? Muslims, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't peaceful.
Nah.
Religion.
Back in the day, the Pope was the
leader of the church.
Of the world.
Of the world, yeah. So
like all the top officials in Europe went to the priest,
Pope.
like the Pope, like, yo, should I do this? Yeah, do that. All right. Like, damn, should we invade the Muslims? Yeah, go ahead.
So what's going on now? But anyway,
anytime religion comes into everything gets weird. Like I don't really like it like that. People understand religion history is very violent. Like that. That's what I don't think a lot of people get. Religious history is very violent. Like, and I think, like you were saying, I wish sometimes we could get away from that and just explore what makes it great. Like if you don't believe in it, there are some morals in it that you can go by, but I just don't like the people who are like, yo, this is this. All right, bro, you got it. But they're gonna come out in droves.
You have to learn not to be like that. My uncles first became Christians; they were very hardcore like that. And as they got older, like you're really taught not to be like that. You know what I'm saying, honestly.
Yeah.
It takes time. Like even Malcolm X, remember when he went to
Mecca,
and there was people there. And he went out there with nothing. Yep. And there was people who the locals were. Yo, you want something to eat? Yo, you want this? He said, "This is a nation of Islam. Nation of Islam is like talking about shooting motherfuckers and being violent and taking shit by force. Like over here, they don't give a fuck who you are, what you look. You're a Muslim. Well, you're my brother. I'm helping you. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the real. But the fucked up part is that all the fanatics from certain religions. That was what gets the most.
Yeah, that's what gets the most views.
The most views because guess what? As people, we will turn on the violence. Yeah. Before we turn on something that's educational. Like Diddy got arrested, you're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, probably on TV, if I have some Bible verse going on, you're like, oh, turn it off. Like, oh, what's going on with Diddy? You know what I mean? Like, so I guess this is what it is. But we'll see how the movie turns out. We'll see if Mel Gibson gets blackballed again, or maybe assassination attempt happened on him or some shit. Something that happened to that guy, bro. That guy's nuts. The Hollywood. Think about how popular Mel Gibson was with Lethal Weapon, and did a lot of movies. Yeah, he did Ransom. Remember, he was a star, and he did that movie. And I think he was in Daddy's Home Part 2. He was Mark Wahlberg's dad. He just doesn't anything, and it's like, what? They really just don't want to work with this dude. And maybe it was how he was when he was popular. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't heard any story. I don't know if anybody has. Because sometimes that could be the narrative too. You know what I'm saying? Like he was probably popular. Like, give me my coffee, bitch. Smacking people up and shit.
I can see that. I can see that. Then when you get that big, he was untouchable at that 2004 year. Untouchable. Yeah. But we'll
see how the movie
Scumbag McGee will have a review because I'm not watching that.
I'll probably watch Amazon.
I have no energy. I have no energy to be in there with that type of stuff. So,
I'll catch it on StreamYard. Not StreamYard.
Streamies. I'll see what people say on Twitter. That's how I'm gonna find out about that movie.
Count me out.
So that's it.
All right. Yeah. All right. That wraps it up. This is Kofi for Zaza, Scumbag McGee, and EP. We'll see you next week.
all right.
Peace.